Welcome to the channel AI Money Matters. This is your host Ankit, and today's video we are going to break down one of the most important data structures in Python, the list. Whether you are just starting with Python or want to sharpen your skills, this video will guide you through all the essentials, list operations, methods, and best practices. Stick around to the end of for some advanced techniques as well. So let's dive in. This will be like what we are going to be covering. What is a Python list? Accessing elements in a list, modifying a list, common list methods, list comprehension, copying a list, and then we will also see a few of the functions like append, insert, pop, remove, clear, sort, reverse, copy, and deep copy. We'll try to see it in a little bit. For the detailed video, to get in depth, we'll be creating another section of videos where we will dive in details. This will be introductory to understand in a gist what a list is in Python. So let's us get started. A list is a collection of items in Python that can actually hold elements of different data types, and it is one of the most flexible data structures we are going to actually use. Let us see an example. This is variable of type list. First thing, say I'm storing a variable integer 1. Second, maybe I'm storing a string. Third, maybe I'm storing a float value. So in list we can store everything. So this is a simple list that holds everything out there. Now how we can access it after we have stored? So basically the access will be done through indexing, and in Python it uses zero based indexing, meaning the first element is at index 0. Let me try to show you. When I'm doing a 0 of my list, because my list is having 3 values, and at the 0th index, which is the first value, is 1. Similarly, another, just a small thing, maybe at the first index, what do we have? Any guesses? Yes, you are right. It is apple. And we have another negative indexing as well. Let me show you negative indexing example, just in case later when you see in a real-time code you should not be having a confusion whether it will work or through an error. It won't. This is an example of negative indexing. So you can also access a range of elements through slicing, as we have seen slicing in our string concepts. Let us see similar over here. This is my list, and I am trying to do is 1 comma 3. See, so it's starting from the first index and omitting the last one, basically happening here apple and 3.14. This is called a slicing. Next will be modifying a list. Now let's talk about modifying. So for that we can use two things. We are going to see two things over here. The first function is append, and the next will be insert. What does append do? Whenever you are trying to append, we will be adding an element to the end of the list, and in case of insert, this will also add an element, but we can specify which specific position that we want to append it to. First, let us try to see what is there in my list, which is 1 apple and 3.14. Say I want to append to my list we are going to use this function append and add orange. What it is going to do is going to add the orange at the end. See, now let us see the example of insert function. Say my list dot insert. Now I have here an option to specify at which position I want to add something. Say I want to add banana, BANANA, at the first index. So what would happen is after 1, which is right now apple, which is holding the index 1, so it will get updated after this. Let us try to see, does that really happen? See, previously here we had apple at the first index. Now because I have added, try to add banana at the index of 1, so that has been got to 1 first index, and the other things have been moved further. So apple, which was in the first index, came to second one, and so on. After we have seen the addition, let us see the removal. For that we have pop function, then we have remove function, and then we also have clear function. So pop is going to remove and return the last element. Say my list dot pop. What it is going to do, it is going to remove orange, and I'm sorry for the spelling, for the orange spelling, orange it should be. So what it basically does is it is trying to, it will be removing the last element. And if I have something specific that I would like to remove, say I want to remove the banana which I added at last, specific value if we have, we can, I'm sorry, my list dot remove, and I want to remove banana. So with this, the removal has just happened, and let us try to confirm whether it does. See, as we see here, we had banana, and once we did this pop, so it removed the last index. This orange is removed, and as we see over here, we have tried to remove banana specifically, which was on the index 1, and that has also been removed. Next thing what we can see is clear. What is clear going to do? Clear will be emptying the entire list. If I do here list dot clear and confirm over here, see, we see it became empty. So these were 3 things that we can do for removal. Now let us see other useful list methods or functions. What we have is sorting. We can do sorting on it. We can do reversal. Uh, to be specific, like for starting, let's see these 2 functions. Let us first see the example of sort. Say I have taken another list called numbers and trying to add a few numbers over here, and if I print now, we should be able to see in the same order. Now if we want trying to sort them, numbers dot sort, so the sorting will be done now, and let us try to confirm. See, as we see, so this is one of the function called sort. After this we can do the reverse as well. Let us see the reverse function, and let us confirm with printing it. Got reverted from 1 to 4, 9 became 9421. And next let us see about comprehension, which is a more advanced technique. It's a concise way to create a list. Say I want to create another list called square, want to do it using range function. Now let us try to understand what is basically happening. So we'll break it down. X in range. Range is a function which is going to give us the value from 0 to 4 now, because we have given the value 5. And it will be given 1 after 1 and will be stored to X. And in each iteration, in the for loop, in each iteration, we will be getting the value. In the first one, it will become 1 and multiplied by 2 to make it kind of a square, and we will confirm with printing whether it worked or not. Square, oh, it's S Q A. So I'm sorry for the spelling. So as we see, it started with the index, with 0 and ended with 4, and with the each call, the 0 value came and got assigned to X, and we made a square and stored it to a square list. And similarly, it went to 1, 2, and so on until 4, and we stored all the values over here. So after this, we can see one more thing: copying the list. Copying the list. We have two features here: shallow copy, and the next one is deep copy. So what is it going to do? Now let us see the example of shallow copy first. My list, not a list, because I made it empty. Now let us say with the square square dot copy. This is going to create as a shallow copy. And the next is deep copy. For this, let us try to import copy and create the list copy dot deep copy and add a square over here. So these are two other functions that we can use. So that is all for this video, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon for notifications on future Python content. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please write them down on the comment section, and I will revert back. Thank you.